Let's begin by winding a bobbin. We're going to need to retrieve the bobbin from the bobbin holder. So press this button at the right to take the bobbin cover off and retrieve your empty bobbin. These bobbins are Singer Class 15 transparent bobbins. If you ever want to buy additional bobbins for your machine, make sure that you purchase Singer Class 15 transparent bobbins. To know how to wind your bobbin, you can refer to these diagrams at the top of the machine, indicated with the gray. The blue ones are for the needle, and we'll do that later, so we're going to follow the gray diagrams. Place your thread on the spool pin and cover it with the spool cap. Take your thread, bring it first into this first thread guide, and then bring it in front of this guide right next to your bobbin winding tension disc, and then go around your bobbin winding tension disc kind of like a little letter C, and make sure it's snugly in between the discs. Bring your thread to the right to place it into the bobbin. You can refer to the diagram at the top of the machine as well. Place it in from the center, out through one of the holes, hold the thread tail, and place the bobbin down securely onto the bobbin winding spindle. As you hold the thread tail with your right hand, press the bobbin to the right and step on the foot control to begin winding. Stop to trim the thread tail, and when you do so, trim it close to the top of the bobbin. Step on the foot control to resume winding, and if you want it to run a little bit faster, you can come here to the front of your machine and press your speed control. The bobbin will stop automatically when it's full, or you can take your foot off the foot control when you feel like you have enough thread for your project. When your bobbin is full, push it to the left and then lift it off the bobbin winding spindle. Trim the thread, and now you're ready to insert the bobbin into the bobbin holder. Now that our bobbin is wound, it's time to place it in the bobbin holder. To make sure you're placing it in the bobbin holder correctly, make sure that when you look at the bobbin, that your thread is coming off the top, off to the left, so that it almost looks like a small letter P. Place the bobbin in the bobbin holder and lightly pull the thread with your left hand to make sure that it's turning counterclockwise. Next, place your finger lightly on the top of the bobbin and bring the thread in front of this first guide. Follow the white arrow up to the white arrow U-turn, and then bring it forward again to the last white arrow and tuck it into this last guide. Hold the thread with your left hand, replace the bobbin cover, snap it in place, and then pull the thread to trim the tail. If you just wound a bobbin, the top of your machine probably looks like this. So we'll take the thread out from around the bobbin winding tension disc and thread the top of the machine, referencing these blue thread guides at the top. We'll take our thread, which is already in the first thread guide, and bring it into the second thread guide, down, around the U-turn, up to the right of the take-up lever, then bring it to the left and pull it forward so that the thread slips into the eye of the take-up lever. And then bring the thread down into the needle threading area. Bring the thread behind this first guide and then tuck it around this thread guide just above the needle. Holding the thread with your right hand, use your left hand to bring the threading lever down, bringing the thread around that first guide on the lever. Swing it back until the prongs encompass the needle and tuck the thread up under the needle. Pull forward with your left hand as you release the thread with your right hand, forming a loop, and then just pull the loop to finish threading the eye of the needle. Place the thread under the presser foot to the back, and now we're ready to sew. Now that our machine is threaded, we're ready to test the stitch to make sure that we've threaded the machine correctly. First, engage your integrated even feed. Place your fabric underneath the presser foot, lower the presser foot, and then step on the foot control to start sewing. Our stitch looks good on the top and looks good on the back. So we've threaded the machine correctly. If your stitch looks good on top, but on the back side you see a lot of loops and irregular thread, it actually means that you've threaded the upper thread incorrectly. Even though it's on the bottom side of your fabric, it's an indication that your upper thread has been incorrectly threaded. Check your manual or your quick start guide and rethread your machine.